But let's turn to the top story that's breaking tonight. The first case of the new coronavirus variant XC has been registered in Mumbai as per the Brihan Mumbai Corporation. The sample of a 50-year-old woman has now been sent for genome sequencing, who is suspected to be infected with the subvariant of Omicron XE, the mutant that was first detected in the United Kingdom. It is seen to be a combination of BA1 and BA2, the two Omicron variants, and is seen therefore by many to be far more transmissible, though less virulent. The question is, how does the government now deal with this latest variant that has emerged in Mumbai in particular? That's Dr. Shashank Joshi from the Maharashtra COVID Task Force is joining us. Dr. Joshi, has the BMC jumped the gun by suggesting that this is the subvariant XC of Omicron because genome sequencing has yet to be done? Because this will again lead to panic, possibly the fact that there is a new subvariant of Omicron that we are seeing. Your first reactions?
So, Rajdeep, first thing is there is no need to panic because this patient is a foreign national, not from this country. And this patient has fully recovered and gone home 1 month back. Out of the 238 plus samples, only one of them tested positive. So genomic sequencing at the Kasturba lab by Dr. Jayanti Sastry was done. And her lab has confirmed that this is a recombinant BA1, BA2. However, we know that many recombinants can have contaminants. And therefore, at the INSAGOG, they have asked for further analysis of this sample to be done at NIV and a specialized genome testing lab. And that is now going to be subjected. So therefore, there is confirmation which is awaited. Having said that, even this strain or the recombinant strain from the British data, which we know from 600 plus cases, there is no reason to panic. As the virus evolves and as the evolution of viruses occur, usually the transmissibility may increase, contagiousness may increase. However, the virulence comes down. So it may still be a nose and throat COVID and not a lung COVID. So unless and until there are vulnerable groups. So I think we should still be appropriately in our behavior. COVID is going around, and we will need both sentinel surveillance as well as genomic surveillance to continue.
The reason that there will be concern is because, Doctor, just in the last few days, there's been a sense that the worst is over. On April 2nd, which was Gudi Padwa in Maharashtra, for example, it was decided that masks are no longer mandatory. Most of the restrictions have been now removed. The emergence, possible emergence that the new XC variant is around, would that result in a return to some of those restrictions, or is it too early to suggest that?
No, I think it's too early to suggest that. It's most unlikely. For the next 3 to 6 months, I think we have hybrid immunity. A large exposure from Delta and Omicron, a large population vaccinated, and we are still recommending voluntary mask as a habit, a good health habit, particularly in indoor, poorly ventilated, crowded spaces. And I think that is what is being recommended. Now, people have to be responsible, but currently the number of cases being reported, even from Mumbai city, are in single and double digits. So they are very, very low. And therefore, I am not at all concerned over the next 3 months, at least, unless and until there is a major deviation. And even WHO has neither labeled this XC variant as a variant of concern or a variant of interest.
So they haven't labeled it a variant of concern, Doctor, but they have said that it may be more transmissible than the previous mutants. They've also said that this is a stealth variant because of its ability to possibly evade detection. At least that was the case with BA2. So when you combine BA1 and BA2 to create this new subvariant, should we be worried at all? Or are you saying just relax, there is absolutely no reason to worry at all?
We can't make absolutes because COVID is predictably unpredictable. But most likely, there is a very high probability that we don't have to worry.
In a sense, are we therefore saying, you use the word hybrid immunity? Does that suggest that because of all that has happened over the last 12 months, the first wave, the second wave, then Omicron earlier this year, have we reached that stage of endemicity? Can we now say with confidence that the pandemic has become endemic? So even if there are these subvariants that emerge, there is a sufficient amount of endemicity. Can I say that? Or would you call it hybrid immunity, the word you used?
So I think there is a high possibility of population immunity which has emerged in India very clearly. And the word endemic is only used when WHO declares the pandemic over. So if it had declared the pandemic over, I would have used the word endemic. Otherwise, I cannot use that word technically. from a public health standpoint. But one thing is very clear that we are sitting pretty on a very large exposure of hybrid immunity. And BMC is conducting its zero survey, and the next zero survey results will be out in the next couple of weeks. And very clearly, it will be more than 90% because a large population, more than 100% is vaccinated now, and also a large proportion has been exposed to the virus. So when there is hybrid immunity, it is more robust. So I think there should not be any major challenge which is seen at least for the next 3 months.
You said the next 3 months. The reason, and my final question to you, you might recall that some IITians from Kanpur, their survey suggests a return of COVID in the month of June. You're saying all of that is too premature. At this stage, there is no reason to be worried that we could see a return in any form, certainly not in a virulent form. Am I correct that even if you have a transmissible COVID subvariant out there, the chance of it being virulent are very low because of this hybrid immunity?
Absolutely, Rajdeep. I would second that. And that IIT Kanpur model had based its speculation, I would call it speculation, it's purely speculative, on a Zimbabwean model. And therefore, we should not sort of there. Waves will keep coming and going in any viral illness, but it is likely that the viral behavior is likely to be less virulent as the evolution occurs.
Okay.
And with the robust immunity, I think we should be good to go at least for the next 3 to 6 months, at least 3 months for sure.
Okay, that's very reassuring because when this report came a short while ago, predictably certain panic buttons were set. But as you're saying, just be careful, don't be complacent, but there is certainly no need to panic at all. Dr. Joshi, I appreciate your joining us and giving us a sense of what the possible emergence of this new variant means. Thanks very much for joining me there from Mumbai.